Can we agree on something this morning? Life is messy, right? I bet there are things in your life that you've been through, things that you've done, said, been a part of that you aren't proud of, right? Well, today I want to help you understand how you can make that mess in your life your message. This is Tad Fulford with Rise Up in Real Estate. And I want to challenge you with a couple thoughts today that might be different than things that you thought of before. There are things in our lives, and I think that social media is a picture of the opposite of this, where we see everyone's highlights. And sometimes I think even those highlights, and I might be challenging you here, the highlights are embellished a little bit just to make us look that much more solid, that much more refined, that much more beautiful family-ish, or super agent successful-ish. And I want to challenge you that mirage, that facade that you might be putting out there, although it feels healthy for you, and it might feel okay to the people that are looking at it, is not exactly reality, is it? And you know what? People don't necessarily know how to relate to your brilliance, your perfection. If you be honest with yourself, you would say that sometimes you sit around looking at social media and you look at things that people put out there and you compare yourself to that. There's a great quote that I love that says, "Comparison is the thief of joy." And I bet there are times where you're scrolling through your socials or on YouTube and you're watching videos or you're listening to people, or you're looking at pictures. You're doing that and comparing your life to that. And most of the time, it makes you feel bad, doesn't it? Well, I want to challenge you with a thought today that most people in the world, if you're looking to relate to people, if you're looking to connect to people, people relate and connect to your weaknesses. Studies have shown it for years. Like, I can't relate to Michael Jordan's world championships because I'll never win one. But can I relate to his failures, his 23 missed game-winning opportunities? Absolutely. And that makes him feel a little bit more human to me. You see that? Well, people can relate to your messes more than they can to your perfections. And I'd like to even encourage you to consider that your perfections probably aren't real. The things that you're putting out there, are they? Not 100% authentic. Because what's going on inside of you is there's messes. Well, today I want to challenge you with a thought. Let your mess be your message. And I'm not saying go to social media today and bombard it with negativity and putting all the things out there that are going on that are bad in your life and talking about, I'm a recovering blank, or my divorce was a mess and I learned this from her or him. Don't do that. What I'm saying is, I should be proud of you for both of those things, by the way. If you recovered from both of those, congratulations to you. But I want you to take whatever has been messy in your past. Let's bring it out of the closet a little bit. Let's take it and take a look at it anyway. I want to challenge you to do these things. Number one, I want you to evaluate your messes. Get in some place quiet. We talk about this all the time, don't we, on this video series? Find a quiet place, which you should be doing on a regular basis, by the way, to get your bearings in life, in my opinion. Find a quiet place and evaluate your messes. What are the things in your past that you're not proud of? And I'm not saying repeat those or, again, broadcast them on social media, but take a look at them. Let's be honest with ourselves. What is it that you did in your past where you failed? We're in the midst of selfishness or in the midst of despair and you made bad choices and you made a mess of things. Let's get in quiet, number one, and think about those things. Identify your messes. The second thing I want you to do is I want you to consider what good could have come out of those messes. What was the reason that I was going through that mess? Was it just an accident? Was it just, oh gosh, it was a full moon? Or, oh gosh, the stars aligned this way? Or that's what the universe was trying to teach me? Or do you believe that there might be a message in that mess? So when you look at what your messes are, start evaluating, what could I have learned from that? What is it that maybe at this point in my life, I can look back and say, I was super selfish, or I was not fair to myself, or I didn't have any self-control. What was the thing that you could have learned there? And the third thing I want you to do after you have identified your messes in quiet and you've looked at what you could have learned from that, number two. Third, I want you to start thinking about what are the groups of people that you could affect with that message. Who are the people out there in the world? Pay attention to who you're in contact with right now. Who are the people that you're in contact with right now that message may affect? And then fourth, this is the hard part, figure out a way to introduce them to the fact that you've been there and done that. Your circumstances, though it's not perfectly exactly the same way, you've been there, you've done that, you've learned, and today you're trying to give back. Because in my opinion, what's the purpose of life anyway? Why are we here? Just to get stuff, just to accumulate, and at the end of the day, look back and see how wonderful we did? Or is it in fact to get better? Is it in fact to make others better? Is it in fact to affect other human beings so that when they live their lives, they can affect other human beings? Then you will have legacies and things that last over time. What is the real purpose? Because if you can find a way to find find a message in your mess, you can help other people. There'll be a time, and I've been through this. My example, I won't share with you because I don't want to get too personal here. For your sake, my example is something that I've been through that now I can use as my message is really dumbfounding to me, because I can't believe that when I was in the thick of that mess, I was in despair. I was lonely. I was heartbroken. I was quiet. I was a lot of different things. And now, as I have looked back at that mess, evaluated it, there are certain groups of people that I can help with a message from that mess. And you know what it gives me? It gives me hope that everything that I go through is there for a reason. And I want to challenge you today with this Rise Up in Real Estate thought. I want you to challenge you to look at your messes and see if there's a way that you can turn that into a message and make an impact on the people that you're around today. This is Tad Fulford with Rise Up in Real Estate, and I hope today's message will help you rise up.